Yeah, now we just gotta get rid of the folding tables. We gotta find somebody to,
This one needs pushed out. The mayor has spoke to, but it falls back up. Okay.
the master woodwork guy. Yeah. I'm gonna call him and a couple others and just kinda see what kind of price, because all we gotta do basically is just get 2 quotes, but we gotta figure out kinda how we want it done.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to go ahead, in December, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get some quotes.
Whatever, however you get done, make sure you get the symbol.
The seal.
Seal.
And then what you might want to do.
Yeah, I've been trying to find somebody that can tell me where to get it. I talked to one person that bought one. They said it was extremely expensive.
And then if you want,
I can't remember who that was.
Think of all kinds, me be there.
Yep.
Joe, I may not leave, but it's kind of cheering. We're gonna extend,
We gotta have.
we're gonna extend the meeting now.
Oh, wait till you see it.
Joe knew what kind of, look at him, he's all color coded over there. Yeah, man, he's the man. He knew we were going live tonight.
And I just got to not fall asleep. I sure will be glad when we move to 10 o'clock.
What you do with those?
see it set to private,
Uh,
you're gonna want to close here.
we talked about it's going to be in the last meeting in January. Because we got to run it in the paper 3 weeks, and then it's got to lay for 30 days before we can actually make a change.
If it's
Yeah.
private, it ain't gonna shut.
Okay.
But it won't never get dark on us, Miss Bridget.
Well, we hope not.
Unless it's bad weather. Here we are, we live.
We ain't gonna have them if it's bad weather now.
And all they see is that background.
And make sure it's muted until we start,
Yeah, he muted it.
No, you can go.
Uh-oh.
It's muted.
No, it's not.
Did you get your seal?
Yeah,
Get those, get them.
I can't hear hardly out of this ear.
It's nice and clear now.
I let it down, but I'm still sitting high, it seems.
We don't go real low.
They don't.
Really clear.
Clear now.
I guess probably about 6 months. It'll be walling out in about 6 months. I'll be right down to. Hey, Scott, how are you, sir?
How are you?
Doing fine. What about you?
You must have got it. It's not in there. It was from the governor, the big thing from the governor, the certificate or whatever.
Behind.
You didn't get that?
Everybody.
Hey, Steve, I'm gonna talk into your mic, just talk, just take one.
Test.
No, you're right.
Oh, let's talk regular.
Just count.
Ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? Can you hear it okay there? Is it on?
Is it not on?
Can you hear anything?
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, you hear me? You hear me okay?
Talking to you, is yours on, Chris?
Yeah, can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me? Testing, testing. Can you hear me? Oh, is it? Tammy, did you,
I got you.
Steve said he didn't get his seal from the governor. Do you know where it might be?
Those all came in the mail.
I know, but they were in there
They were in there laying in the front.
by the
the
mailbox.
The ones that was laying in there, I got them and passed them out. I think Mr. Joe got one, Monica got one, and Miss
Monica
Bridget
got
got
one
one.
last meeting because I remember her
You
opening.
you didn't get one?
It wasn't in, there wasn't one laying in there.
That's a bad sign.
You're not official.
Can I leave?
We got red on this one.
Battery dead.
Jonathan,
There it is,
you
battery.
didn't get some, never mind.
Red on this one too.
I got it.
I just turned mine off.
This one was green.
Just two. Ain't too bad. I don't guess we changed them since I put it in. What was that, over a year ago?
Yeah. And we probably left them on 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Well, Jonathan something has changed the battery since
He
he.
did something, he did one time.
Double A or triple A? Two, double A. Just two double A. Tell you what, if you'll put those in there, I'll be taking it off of this.
Did Deborah Douglas get up with you?
I went and talked with her. I typed some stuff up. And, yeah, I better put it on the agenda, but I ain't gonna talk about it.
She got a new looking car, so I'll probably, if she wash it, probably will come off.
Yeah, but it ain't gonna do no good, cause by the time you wash it, about an hour later, it's gonna be just as much back on there.
Right here.
Heroin, green now.
It's a terrible plant. It's bad. I know I talked about
Yes, sir, we got them.
Louis.
Fancy.
He said he was gonna keep me to
You tell Walt, you was the first one to say that.
Oh, you'll be jealous for me.
X-ray on him. I said he got stuff in his lungs and stuff.
Hey, Steve, just call.
Can you hear me now?
Count to 10.
Is it on? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Test, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I got it wrong.
I don't know what comes after that. 12.
But I'm not gonna present it tonight. This is what
Are
I
you getting anything? Okay.
Hey, Steve, I was terrible.
Oh, good. I
back here.
was looking for support and I couldn't.
I knew after time.
Yeah, I'm running out of hands
So I
right
gave
quick.
one of her
Fingers.
signatures, and I have one and a half Tony. He's gonna help me, 'cause he talked to the mayor.
I had let mine down, but it didn't go far.
I mean,
It's got a little leak way on the side, way back. Come on back right there.
oh, yours is as low as it'll go.
Is it? Got a fine cushion on it. I need this in my shoe
I
house.
mean, I'm hoping to lose some weight after this year. I'll be up there.
You don't lose much. Can clear the table.
That's a good excuse not to.
Yes. Mayor, do you have the Wi-Fi password for up there? Jonathan's got it.
Already on. Anybody else need it? I'll just call it by this.
When is our computer coming?
Man,
We'll get some laptop.
yeah, I hadn't ordered any. I was gonna do the built-in first.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
All right.
Oh my god, this looks like one of those that comes from a factory like that.
No, that's one of those.
Feel like we're moving on up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this will have you take the.
Well, I noticed that was first one that came
Yeah.
in.
That's right.
Yes, that one.
It looks very different in
Every
here.
time I give
Yeah,
it
it
to somebody,
does.
shot, they say, oh my goodness.
Point them my way, that's okay, I can take them.
That's right. I did.
Did you read your email?
It's really.
Email, it had dates for the water thing over this week.
So then you know.
Let's start
I
that.
can't log on my God blessed email with this phone. I'm gonna throw it in the creek.
Keep him straight.
Well, he fussed there because I didn't tell lies.
He's sitting right beside her. She went and don't tell me, tomorrow we got that meeting. You gonna ride together? You gonna follow me? For safety's sake. Didn't say a word, Jeff.
You supposed to be his secretary. You didn't know that?
I guess
2 or
so.
3 days later, I was at that meeting the other day. I said, what meeting? At work. I said, that's in November. No, it was Tuesday. I said, well, you didn't say nothing.
And there was one in November. It was today. In
Well, you
Pearl,
didn't tell me.
Well, you
Where?
couldn't be over there and be back here by 5 o'clock.
Well, that's a good excuse. All right.
But you want me to get you registered for the next?
Well, where is it?
Yeah.
Pontotoc.
No, heck,
Yeah, take it
no,
home.
I'm not going
He
there.
mean,
I'll go somewhere close or I'll resign. I'm not going there.
You have to wait till next year.
All right. Every once in a while, this song gonna not log on. So they don't probably that.
We'll know if it lasts.
Probably.
See, I can't keep up with time. I don't know what time it is.
Oh, that's right.
I don't have my phone.
You got 2 minutes.
Hey,
1 minute.
Scott, how you doing?
I say, I don't know that crap. I think it's a trick.
Yeah, it is.
Just to get
Because it
some.
just, you're getting like 2,000 emails all of a sudden. It's 5 o'clock.
See, now I don't know.
All right. Let's see. All right, it being 5 o'clock, we'll call to order the regular meeting November 18th, 2025, Quitman Board of Aldermen. Ms. Monica, will you lead us in prayer followed by the pledge?
I will. Dear Lord, thank you for the beautiful day that you provided for us, and Lord, you gave us the strength and the ability to be able to work and enjoy it. I pray for the people that have lost loved ones today, Lord. I pray that you'd be close to them. I pray that you would guide us in each and everything that we decide or discuss in this meeting. And as we go out, that we would represent things that are pleasing to you. Forgive us for we fail you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Ms. Tammy, will you call the roll?
I will. Ms. Monica Fuller? Here. Mr. Steve Neely?
Here.
Mr. Joe Brooks? Here. Ms. Bridget Peters? Here. Mr. Harry Wheat is out.
All right, 4 present, we have a quorum. All right. Public comments and appearances. Mr. Jesse Shanks came by about 4 o'clock and said that he wouldn't make it today, so we're going to carry that over to the next meeting. Any other public? I said we got 2 comments. Y'all got any comments or anything for the public comment section? Anything y'all need to ask the board?
Just
You can come up here.
You can come up to the microphone.
Speak right here.
We're not trying to put you on the spot, but
good evening, everyone.
How are
Good
you?
evening.
I'm good. Just pretty much a concerned citizen regarding the chipping plant that's here on the back road, regarding the hazardous conditions that is putting forth through our health. As far as the little chipping, sawdust, the particles that we're breathing in. Once it's running, there is a heavy coating that's damaging products such as your vehicles. It's getting into your air ventilation systems as well. And we just have some concerns whether is there anything that is pushing forth that can be done about it, or what measures do we need to take further to try to get this issue resolved.
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Ashton Cameron.
Okay. Cameron?
Cameron.
and just for clarity, you're referencing the pellet mill. The pellet mills will do what you're referencing as far as creating the dust, right?
That is
Right.
correct.
All right. Well, I went over to, I guess it was your house, your mother's house?
Yes, mothers.
That they called me this week, and I've had several calls from that neighborhood. The dust has been really bad. Went over to their home, and literally while we were talking, it was just dust in the air. And their cars, like she said, and she's got a brand new car, and it was covered in dust. It's on the roofs. It's bad. And I don't know, attorney, do we have any?
Unless you have cities and counties can generally regulate health, safety, and welfare, but unless you've got an ordinance in place regarding air quality or noise or something like that, you can always consider adopting one. But I don't know anything about this plant, but I know in other places they are regulated by Department of Environmental Quality, and it's probably the best place to start.
I've been doing some research on this company. I called that Mississippi Department of MDEQ.
Environmental quality.
Yeah, DEQ. I called them today. They're going to come down. I was going to hold off from speaking about it, but they're going to come down. I spoke to 2 women today about that. As a concerned citizen, I've already put out a petition. Ms. King and another guy is going to get a petition for this company. But the thing is, this company has just taken over. But I think that even though it just came into our community, there was other companies here before them that we're going to have to deal with too, even though they left out of town, because our health has been affected by it. And I know a couple of citizens I saw Monday, besides Ms. King, Mr. Lewis, he spoke to me about this in the post office, and he was telling me that his upper respiratory had started messing with him, so he went to the doctor, and they did a X-ray, I think, and he said that they saw particles in his body. So it's been an ongoing saga for the last 12 to 15 years here in this town, and it hasn't got any better. So we're going to take steps in trying to rectify this, whether it be a class action lawsuit against them, not just them.
You started the process with DEQ?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. And probably maybe EPA, Environmental Protection Agency, do we need to reach out to
I
them?
mean, you can, they regulate also, but most of that regulation is delegated to the state agencies, so you stroke the right chord for DEQ, that's probably the best place.
And I think we've had DEQ in the past come down and do an air quality test and basically just say there's no problem, but there is a problem.
But it is a
You know,
problem.
there's a problem.
I mean, if you come on a day, it's a good day, and the wind is not blowing, it's not a problem.
Or if they shut down for you to come that day.
It's not a problem, but
I just didn't know, from the city standpoint, I didn't know what grounds we had to try to correct the issue locally. you
Well,
know.
not only just the particle situation, it's the trucks coming through town too.
Yeah.
Different times of the night, I know between 10, 12, and 3, I'm up. Not because I want to be up, it's because they have particular trucks that come through that's excessively loud.
I would agree.
So, I have a paper right here. Like I said, I wasn't gonna get into depth with this, but I think one particular solution is to limit the operational hours of the pellet plant to restricted activities during the night, ensuring that the community can rest and regain harmony in our lives. So that may be something we could do, to go over there and ask them, because I know this plant's right here. I don't know what their hours are.
The pole mill,
Pole mill.
they're just they're daytime. They're 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. generally.
Okay, maybe we can ask them, can they take into consideration the people inability to be able to sleep at night, if they can shut it down? Because something's gonna give, one way or the other. And I don't mind doing a lawsuit. I have no problem with it. I have lawyers that I'm going to talk to about this.
The last time that we had DEQ come down, the plant was supposed to have been changing out the filters and things, which was gonna help regulate some of that sawdust and stuff. And I guess they did, and it's got worse now.
I think it's something that they really can't control. I mean, once they can put filters, it's in the wrong location.
Right. Well, those pellet mills are going to create dust no matter where they're at, and it really should have never been put there. But I don't know if there's much we can do about that after the fact.
Well,
But
in a condensed community, I've been at this for 12 years.
Yeah.
So even before that plant got there, I was one that was very active in trying not to allow that company to come here, because I had this research on it. So here we are today, 12, 13 years later, still talking about the same thing. Filter this and filter that. You can't filter out something when they go on 24 hours, 7 days a week. And to me, our health is important.
I would agree. And just two other points I would like to touch on as well. We did speak, once with Mr. Christopher about possibly speed bumps along Thompson Avenue. We do have minors that's on the street, and sometimes motorists do get a little speedy, so that will be greatly appreciated, as well as there is a dark area right in front of 509 that we requested for pole light possibly could be put there as well for the safety of the community.
I'm saying 509, that's a house
Yeah,
number?
well, that's the location where the pole's in front of the residence.
House number 509 or box 509?
Yes.
we have a Mississippi Power guy coming tomorrow, actually, to meet with me and Jonathan. which we're gonna touch on this later, but, we got a couple of dark spots that we're gonna show him to see if I can get some lights put up. And then on the north part of town from the Mexican restaurant to the intersection up there, he's gonna look at putting street lights up there.
We had discussed that. We're just gonna get some, if I can let the chief, please, chief, can you speak on the, speed breakers?
Well, Jonathan and I already have, we're gonna order some in January as far as, so that's more Jonathan's department because that's street. But we do have plans to order some in January when our new money starts coming in. We're gonna get the wide ones, that aren't so hard on cars, they're wider, so the slope of them's more gentle, so it doesn't tear up.
From the ones we were looking at, to bring the speed down to 15, 20 miles per hour.
Right.
To safely cross the speed.
Right. There's different classes of speed bumps depending on the speed limit where they're put. So if you've got a 5-mile-an-hour area, the speed bump's a little sharper. But if you've got a 20-mile-an-hour area, it's a little wider, so you can go over it a little faster. So we already got plans to put 2 on Thompson Avenue in January. So that's already,
What is the speed limit on?
25.
yeah.
Okay.
And we could do that. We could, the board could decide to lower that speed limit. That's another action
That's
y'all
an
could take.
option.
Good, child. Still
I know when we looked at this down on Shirley Drive, where we put the junior high's radar up, coming out of that curve there, we kind of did a speed test there, trying to see how fast we could get there. And from the stretch of the curve, when you make that turn going in straight, it was pretty rough to try to get up to 25 right there, unless you're, of course, anything will, but,
Well, that's a different stretch there.
yeah.
You
But now,
can
Thompson
45.
is 100% straight, like,
I think even the digital speed limit signs, whatever, I don't think that would have an effect on Thompson.
No.
The only way to mitigate that is you can have patrol out there, but whenever they're not there,
Yeah.
you can't have them 24/7. The only way to do it is speed bump, like you're talking about.
And lowering the speed limit would help
Yeah.
too. So if y'all wanted to take that action to lower it to 15 or 20, but speed bumps are in the plan. All right, anything
Thank you all
else?
for coming.
Yeah, y'all got anything else?
Yeah, I'm sorry, one other thing. How far apart do those signs be that says children at play? I know we have one up further toward that stop sign, but what about, closer down where that, the daycare at, where?
Well, I don't think there's a limit on how close they can be. We can put them where, but I'll be honest with you, my personal opinion is those signs do very little, because, a sign, just like a speed limit sign, unless there's something to enforce it, people are gonna go as fast as they wanna
What
go.
that sign does do, it takes the city though, liability. Because if you have signs out there and somebody hit a child, they say, well, I didn't see a sign, and I think that
Attorney, does a sign like that protect us from liability if a child gets hit?
What's were you talking about like lowering it from 30 to 25?
Well, no, she's talking about children at play signs, so if,
Children. I've never heard of
that
any
listening,
lawsuit against a city for not having signage up like
or
that.
if a child gets hit, does it help us in any, I don't think, if a child gets hit, there's no liability to the city unless negligence can be proven.
Right, yeah.
It doesn't hurt to have them, but signs just do very little. In my opinion. But I think the speed bumps will make a big change.
Absolutely.
As far as people having to slow down. If the sign's there, unless a police officer's there, they're gonna go as fast as they wanna go. But the speed bump makes you have to slow down to go over that speed bump.
absolutely.
So,
But they're very inexpensive, so if y'all felt like one would be
Yeah,
necessary there,
we don't mind putting
I
one
don't know
up.
if we got any in stock or
I
not.
don't know if I have any in stock or not, but I can get some.
Yeah, we can do that.
And to bridge that, they're cheap, for whatever they do, they're cheap, so.
Well, that would be greatly appreciated if we could get another.
And it may be 9 out of 10 people don't pay any attention to it, but one might, so maybe it'll help a little.
So we'll look and see, where specifically on the street are you kind of thinking one's needed?
Right on the corner, is that?
Chestnut?
Price? Yes.
Oh,
right
where
there.
Chestnut comes into
Yes,
Thompson? Okay.
Correct,
Oh,
correct,
yeah.
correct,
Right there,
yeah.
industrial, going toward the industrial park, there's a house right there on the corner.
Ms. McCree's house?
No, it's, Miss Price.
Okay, yeah.
McGraw, it's McGrew. It's McGrew.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably get a sign, we can do a sign, that's no big deal, but I just don't, I'm just saying, I don't think you'll see a lot of results from a sign, but like I said, it won't hurt.
Well, since we're on signs, and that's a particular spot right there, Industrial Park, I had a lady, her name is Nikki, at Cold Creek, and she's telling me that we're having people that's not stopping at that sign, four-way stop. They're shooting right through, going past Industrial Park. And I've been there at that same spot where cars never stop, never thought about stopping at no point.
Some of those trucks kind of roll through it as well.
So that'd be an enforcement issue, chief. Just try to get more presence over there. That dead end street there would be a good little spot to sit and watch it, you know. All right, we appreciate it. Anything else?
That will be all for now. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any additions to the agenda?
I want to add Bessie Collins.
Bessie?
Yeah, speak about that house to see if we made any traction on
That's under unfinished?
That's unfinished.
probably unfinished.
Okay, Bessie Collins.
Code enforcement, basically?
In the code.
I need to add new business. I want to go ahead and do the holiday schedule for the office. So K would be holiday closures for City Hall.
We did that last board meeting.
Did we, all three of them? I didn't think-
Thanksgiving, Christmas, and on New Year's.
Okay, well, never mind. I didn't think we did that. I thought we talked about it, but I didn't think we took action. All right, I guess that's it. Anybody got anything else? Need a motion to approve the agenda with one addition. Got a motion?
Second.
And a second. All in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right. Ms. Tammy Simpson?
I don't have anything.
Mr. Chris Reed, anything from law enforcement?
I have nothing.
I don't believe it.
Have something for me. If not, I'm going to yield my time to Mr. Jonathan.
I have a remark before Jonathan gets up. We spoke, I think, after the last meeting, I spoke with the mayor, I think, about we may have covered it here at the meeting, about the dump trucks coming through town pretty quick. And you said you'd look into that, take care of it. Either the next day or 2 days later, I got behind 2 or 3 dump trucks coming up Franklin, and I could have made more speed on a skateboard. They were doing probably 15 or 20 miles an hour. So I don't know what you said, but it worked for a while. So.
Right. I called the owner in Laurel, and I just told him we're fixing to start doing enforcement.
Yeah.
And I said, this is a courtesy call, and I said, I definitely don't want to write drivers, but
Yeah.
we're fixing to, we're having some issues, and I like to prevent an accident from happening.
Right.
Rather than waiting till later, and then plus, setting up patrol vehicles
Yeah.
at those 2 locations or whatever. So I was wanting to make sure we're not getting, I think I asked the mayor earlier if he's got any more calls or anything.
Yeah.
Please let me know. If I don't know, I don't know how to.
Yeah, it'll,
Yeah, I hadn't noticed them. They've picked up speed a little bit
a
since
little
then,
bit,
but-
yeah. That first day or two,
Yeah.
they were crawling through town. Now they're probably up to about 30, I would imagine.
Yeah, they picked
Speed
up
limit's
a little bit.
35,
It's
so
not as
they're,
bad as it was.
until you get to the school. But good job.
Y'all grab your Bibles.
Gonna take up all from.
Yeah, I had to call Chief earlier and ask him how long his sermon was gonna be, and he said he'd give me tonight, so.
As much as you've had in the last 2 weeks, you got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, we got plenty to talk about tonight. First and foremost, how are you guys? Hope everything's going good.
Thank you.
So this Sunday on the 9th, as everybody already knows, we lost the well due to a fuse being blown. Lost power to the pump, so the whole system went down through the city. We had to issue a boil water notice. We got it going probably about 11-ish, 10:30 or 11. Had a water leak right after that. Got it repaired, got home at 2, kicked up. Chris wanted to see me again, said to turn the pump off. But this time the transformer circuit blew inside the well. So when that happened, I decided we're just going to put the old well on. I've still got the old well on. We've went through a boil water notice. I lifted the notice this past Friday. We're going to run that well until this tank painting job's over with because it has reduced the pressure on the line, so we hadn't had as many leaks. But to start to finish right now, we're on 12 leaks since we started this project, taking the line off, and 2 system shutdowns, which means that we lost the system pressure, which was twice in the same day. Just to give you guys, and we've lifted all the boil water notices on that. We've got the IRIS program back up and running. Miss Joyce is supposed to be getting us some new sheets so that we can get all our customers updated, so that we can send out boil water notices that way. That way we're not just relying on Facebook media and such as that. Also, our tank was on the news, was it last night, I think? The Twin States News come out, took a picture of it, talked to Mr. Jose over there. Just a short article, just to let you guys know that, you know, this tank painting is actually a bigger deal than just getting your tank painted. It's, you know, something that would probably be in the Mississippi Weekly News and all that. So just to give you guys an idea of the impact you're making, not just on the city, but through the state too.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When Sunday, when the water went down, that north well up there, I had called you and I asked, was that north well up
Yes,
there
ma'am.
working? And you said it was offline too.
No, ma'am. Not offline. It was working, yes, ma'am. But the PRV that we have that's installed to where it's supposed to distribute the water back to this tank, don't know why it's not working. I'm still waiting on Mississippi Rural Water to get here to give me an explanation. That valve, I don't know anything about. Mr. Tom Abernathy with Mississippi Rural Water is supposed to be coming to get me information on that valve and let me know why it's not working, if we need to replace it, what we need to do to it.
So when I asked you, I don't know if you was in a hurry or whatever, but I asked, I said, what about the north well? You said, well, it's not working either. I said, there's water on either side of town. You said, no, there's no water on either side of town.
The only people that I know had water at that time was going to be the apartments up here north of town and across town, and I found that out when the well went down. Everything else was supposed to be ran off the north well. Carter Street, that area, all the way back down to Anderson, crossing Anderson, going back out. From my knowledge, that was supposed to be ran off the north well. This is the first time I've ever lost an entire system pressure.
So whatever technical issue that north well was having, if we didn't have that issue with the north well, would we have been able to have water?
No, ma'am.
Not on this side.
I do not believe we'd get enough water to fill the demand that's needed.
The line coming from that tank is a 6-inch line. The line coming from this tank's a 12 inches. We don't think there's enough size in that line to get enough water all the way across town.
So, one of them situations, I didn't know we had that problem until that problem showed up.
It's not something we test for.
That's right. That's not something I can test for. I mean, to be honest with you, I've never messed with that valve in that box. We've never needed it. I've looked at every single solution. You can ask the mayor. I've looked at every single solution short of drilling another well up there to supply this side of the, let's call it the valve for that. All right. When they redid all that project up there, all that was supposed to be covered by the north well once they got done with it. What happened is beyond me. I wasn't here for it. I don't know why it don't work. All I can tell you is I'm searching for the answers. And as soon as I get them, I will report them back to you guys. What I did is because I didn't know what all house was affected by that well going down, I issued the whole city a boil water notice.
and we didn't have time to really troubleshoot that problem. Our main concern was getting water back on.
That's right.
And we knew we could get it on by firing up that backup pump versus trying to troubleshoot the problem up there.
When we have situations like that, we still have to send a sample to Jackson to get it tested.
Yes, sir. I had to send
About
7.
3 days.
It took 7 samples for
7
that.
samples.
And here's where the kicker was. We had Veterans Day on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I couldn't send samples Monday. Health department ain't open. So I had to wait till Wednesday to pull samples. As soon as I was able to, I got them pulled, got them sent. And as soon as matter of fact, I stayed on the phone chewing the health department out because I'm having to search down my boil water notice samples on a Friday at 3:30 to try to get my city off of a boil water notice.
They didn't call him.
They never called me. Matter of fact, they called me Monday morning wanting to complain and moan about the way I sent the samples in. And I'm like, look, you got the samples. Why didn't you give me my results? So we got off as fast as we possibly could. I hate having to issue that. Matter of fact, since I've been out here, that's the first time I've lost that well over there. Granted, we've had the tank be dry, we've had this and we've had that, but we've always had water. And the residents,
Do we still hang notices on the doors, or you have to?
we got away from hanging around on the doors. That is a waste of power, and that was only utilized before social media was took up by the health department. Now that social media is there, the health department says social media is better than any door hanger.
And when you do a citywide notice, if we had to put employees run, nothing would get done that day except hanging door hangers.
That's right.
Now, if it's just one little neighborhood that's got a boil water notice, you could door hanger that pretty easy, but citywide is, it's social media, and you got the IRIS system back up, because it's been so long since we needed to use it, we didn't even remember what I mean, I remember hearing about y'all adopting that years ago, or the board did years ago, but we didn't know. He had to dig and try to find who we had it with and then get it all set back up again. So we used the IRIS system to send a text and phone calls to lift the notice, but that's only good if people have accurate phone numbers in the system, which most don't. A lot of people probably got a call and text that ain't lived in Quitman in 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, that's right.
But then people that do live here didn't get one because we don't have an updated database.
Yep.
An IRIS system for those that, are we broadcasting now?
Yes.
Okay. If there's anybody not familiar with what we're talking about, the IRIS system, it does send a notice to your cell phone or whatever device we've got on file about the boil water notice, so you'll get that. And
As long as you've got your information updated in City Hall.
As long as we got the correct information on there.
Anything else on that one?
Are they through priming the tank?
They've got the inside and outside blasted and primed. They've been doing their spot welds. They're coming along. We're hoping, 3 weeks, not 4 weeks, but 3 to 4 weeks is the grace timeline we've got. I'm really ready to get this thing done. It's been a booger the whole time. But there is work being done. I mean, nobody wants to lose their water system. That's one of the biggest fears of any operator is we lose that water system, because every citizen in this city depends on me doing my job.
Yeah.
When I don't do my job, things happen.
Yeah.
Now, this one was a complete out of my control situation. When we're running, that's why water systems has tanks, backup water.
Yeah.
When you run it off pump, something happens to that pump till somebody else gets there to put another pump into place or fix it, you're without.
And I will add, the SCADA system we're working on putting on, had we had that in place, he would have been notified as soon as the pump went down versus waiting until somebody called one of us and said, hey, we've lost pressure.
Yeah,
that's right.
So with the SCADA system, if the tank goes dry or a pump goes out or we lose pressure for whatever reason, we're notified instantly so we can
rectify the problem before.
Versus waiting until people wake up in the morning and start trying to take baths or showers and can't.
And see, had we had that tank online, that would have been one of them situations where nobody else through the city would have known it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have affected the city because we've got standing water, but without water, pump goes down, we're out.
And with the North Well not being able to supply the rest of the city.
That's right. And I mean, I've tried to figure out every which way I can to make that work, and the demand versus what we're getting is just, it's not going to equate on paper. All right, moving on. Any other questions on that? All right, so in front of you, you've got the leak adjustments. Let's knock those out first. We got a few of them on here this go round. That cold snap come through here, and it's starting to show up already on these adjustments. All these have been took care of. We didn't do a state of emergency because the weather didn't get cold enough or anything like that for us, so these would just be your standard adjustments from people having water leaks and getting them fixed. So if y'all got any questions on that one, otherwise we can motion to move forward.
Second.
Motion and a second, all in favor by aye on the water adjustments? Aye. All opposed, no. Ayes have it.
Thank y'all. All right. Next thing in front of you is a couple quotes. What this is for a concrete breaker. We really been getting into a lot of situations where we need one of these, pulling concrete out, sidewalks, being able to break them up. So we went out and got a couple quotes for it. We've got the money in the water department and the equipment fund. So I'm going to ask you guys if you would consider letting us purchase a concrete breaker to go on our 308 track hoe. I've got two quotes. The first one you're looking at for $12,400 is CAT. That's through Puckett Cat. And then on the second page is from Terrain, and their quote is $59.50. Looking at the models, comparing what we're going to be using, and how much we're going to be using it, I can't justify $12,400. So I would ask you guys to consider the $5,900 one. For the city, we've got it in our equipment fund. That's what we put the money in there for, so that when we need a piece of equipment with the water department, we've got it there available for purchasing.
Now, this is just a hammer, hydraulic hammer that you're breaking.
Yeah, like you
fits
break-
on your track.
Right, yes.
Yeah.
As it is now, they have to take the bucket and beat on it.
Beat on
It
it.
beats the machine up.
Yeah.
It doesn't do a clean cut on the concrete and the asphalt, so, and with as many water leaks as we've been
Yeah.
having, it would have been real handy.
In the summertime, we had some jackhammers, right?
No, sir, Mr. Joe. We lost those. We lost those in the 60s.
That's all that surplus auction we got coming up.
Those are gone. Those days are gone.
Hey, once y'all approve this, yeah, we got one coming down the line for that. Don't worry.
All right.
I make a motion, we approve the quote from Terrain, is that what you call Terrain?
As close as I can get.
For the amount of $5,950, which is the lowest bid.
Coming from the water equipment fund.
Yeah, coming from the water equipment fund.
All right, got a motion and a second. All in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it.
All righty, moving right along. I was gonna report to Mr. Neely, over on Railroad Avenue, the
Yeah.
narrow bridge over there, we put up 4 narrow bridge ahead
Good,
signs. We put them about 50 yards on each side,
Yeah.
so that you got plenty of time to realize and notice, so you don't get run over there.
I looked at that after we talked about it last meeting, and the thing is probably wide enough, they just didn't center it when they put it in. They've got too much sticking out on the east side.
Yes.
But,
The road may have been narrow or more narrow back
yeah,
then.
they
They widened
have.
the road.
Yeah. But it's going, because really you don't even notice that because it almost blends in with the gravel there, the dirt, so it's good to have that sign. And with the trucks and all, it gets pretty tight. 2 trucks meet you in trouble.
Yeah, as we were putting them up, we had one truck coming
Yeah.
this way and one coming that way, and our truck parked over. I was like, oh, Lord, what we gonna do
Here
now?
we go.
So I just wanted to report it. We got those put up there. Also, the ditch over on Loretta Drive that cuts from Loretta Drive to 145, we did some work in there. We got it widened out, straightened up, went back, hayed it, grassed it, tried to make it look pretty for the homeowners. So I just wanted to update you. We got that one done before the easement ran out on it.
Good.
Then the power company, we've got a meeting with them tomorrow, like Mayor was talking about. We're gonna cover lighting from Mexico to 513. The street light down there by Greer's, heading to Greer's, the flickering one. We're gonna check into it. I've also got to check into getting 480 volt service across from where we're putting in the new lift station.
Yeah.
They're out there now doing the bores for the force main to tie in from the manhole to the lagoon. Some lift station lighting so that when we have to go out and work at night, our lift stations ain't pitch black. We got some light over there. As far as the Christmas lights going up, I've had Mr. Bob go through and replace, he's got 4 boxes built to be replaced. Well, 3's gonna be replaced, 1's gonna be a new service in front of M&M floors. And we're gonna talk with Mississippi Power tomorrow to schedule the day that we're gonna have them here so we can get the new boxes put up and the old ones pulled down. And that's actually gonna save the city some money by Bob actually being able to do that and helping us out. So I wanna give him credit on that. That was him, not me.
Yeah.
So we appreciate him for that. What else was there?
We're gonna rent that man lift.
Oh, yeah, the man lift, that's one thing I did. I knew I forgot to write something down on this one. So we're gonna rent a man lift tomorrow. I'm asking for a week rental on it for $750. Come from Puckett, and we're gonna use that to put on Christmas lights. And then we've got some trees around town that's low hanging. We're gonna use that lift to go around and cut some of those to save the city some money from having to hire that service out, since we'll have a lift there.
Good.
And so we've got that going on. Mayor, did I miss anything?
Well, in the lighting, you're also, we learned, I did, when we were working on that well, the pump Sunday night, that it's dark over there. And so we're gonna see about getting some lighting put up around the barn and the well over there, so it isn't so pitch dark.
Yeah.
And actually, if you've been to that water class, they recommend security lighting, around your well and stuff.
You sure did.
Is that the one that Mr. Steven went to?
Yeah, no, yeah.
Hasn't.
I remember
So
that.
we're gonna see about getting some lighting put around the tank and the pump and the city barn, because it is pitch dark over there. And,
Yeah.
like I said, they do recommend that, for security, try to watch, you better watch on it, but.
While you're on ditches, what about over here by Belcher? I know you've been busy, but what's?
Matter of fact, I went over there yesterday and I talked with Mr. Buddy.
Good.
And let him know that I have not forgot about him. That we are still gonna be doing something. When we get this breaker, I'm gonna break up that concrete we pulled
Yeah.
from
Be a
over
good
there.
place
I'm
for
gonna
it.
utilize that for rip route
Yeah.
down through there and see if we can't help him
Yeah,
out.
good.
So I talked to John today, and we plan on probably in December doing that, and also doing behind your house over there.
Yeah. And
Doing both of
through
those next
Scotty.
month. We're doing Scott, that part around
And I
Scott.
was gonna ask the lawyer about the easements. On temporary easements, does the board have to approve those easements before we can do the work, or as long as we have the easement signed by the property owner, can the city do the work?
The city's got to authorize it, and they can authorize you in advance and say when you gain the easement, then you can do the work, or you can get the easements and present them at the meeting. But either way, but the city's got to approve before the work is done on the
The
easement.
board has to approve it. All right, so,
But it could be done, for example, y'all could give him authority once he receives
Yeah.
the signed
Right.
easement. You don't have to wait for another meeting.
okay.
And then that way I could,
So y'all want to go ahead and make a motion to giving them authority to get temporary easements for that project, Buddy Williams and the part.
Scotty
it's got one of
Daniels,
Scotty
Patsy
Daniels.
Brock. Right.
And they're good now with the temporary easement, everything.
I'll talk with them and we will know then.
Yeah, okay.
But as far as from my understanding with Mr. Scotty, everything should be good with a temporary
Yeah.
easement.
Now, there's
You
a,
have a form for that?
Pardon?
Yes. We,
Does the city have a form for that?
you all want to look it over?
Yeah, I'd like to.
When you get through.
Y'all got one week?
I got a template.
Well, we got one at the front desk. When you get through, run over there and get one and let him look at it.
Ask you something on that, because you know I'm helping you out. We won't be able to provide that pipe until probably March-ish. So
What pipe will we need?
about 312 feet of 24 inch.
Are you talking about the underground from the
Yeah.
highway to that
Well,
washout?
you're gonna go from, the way it was designed, correct me if I'm wrong, was where that current pipe starts at the end of that ditch,
Yeah.
behind that lift station.
behind the lift station,
all
not
the way
at the
down to
road.
where that
Yeah.
sinkhole is.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's about 312 feet.
That'd be at Patsy Brock's north property line, and then go down to
Provide that.
Right.
Pat Harrison.
Okay, so we need to hold off on that.
But just depend on when you.
Can we not go ahead and address the issue right there where the sinkhole is and then pipe it later?
Yeah, I'm just saying, you may have to come back later and get another.
And pipe it,
easement when you
yeah.
Put the culverts in.
Okay. Well, and attorney, I got a question. So where we're talking about here is it's a sinkhole washout drainage issue, and a property owner adjacent to it has a dead tree that has died due to the drainage issue. It's killed the tree. And the tree's fixing to fall. Can we legally take down that tree? It's on his property. Can we take down that tree since we're the ones, since our issue or this issue is what caused the tree to die? Can we legally?
If it falls, would it reach the right of way?
Yes.
Yes, it's stretched over the right.
It'll either fall on his shop or fall on our right of way, or on where our project is.
You can, but we'll need to get a right of entry signed before we go on.
Okay.
We'll have to get his written permission for that.
Well, this can be accessed from this easement we've got coming in that way.
But
It's
still-
right on the easement line.
But still, to get on his property to take it down, we gotta have the right of easement.
But if the temporary easement.
Covers that?
If we get enough to cover the tree, that would be fine.
Well, that's another property owner. That'd be two property owners, but we could get a
Mr.
temporary
Carter.
easement, then would be the same thing on his property. So we get a
Just make sure
temporary.
it's clear in there that he gives authority for the tree to be cut
Removed.
down or removed.
Maybe have that road on the easement.
Right. All right. So y'all want to make a motion to give Jonathan the authority to get the temporary easements for these two projects?
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Do we need to look over the easement, make sure that that's,
Well, he said you could do it in advance. You could go ahead and give him.
well, I mean, the form we've got before we get,
Oh, well, I
which
don't
we're
know.
not getting that signed now, so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
he'll have a chance to look at it, and he can just let
First
the
of all,
mayor
I'll
know.
make a motion to approve you starting the work as soon as you get the temporary easement signed, providing the easement form is to our satisfaction,
To the attorney's satisfaction.
to the attorney's
Well, you
satisfaction.
already have an easement for Patsy Brock, and
Well, it's probably expired by
That one
now.
expired.
did that, I'm just saying, did they ever sign it?
No,
I don't think they ever
we had
did
it
because
surveyed,
it was,
and they were going to sign it, and then everybody backed out.
they backed out because it was permanent.
And I believe Scotty said it's gonna be March before you can get the
Like
ball.
March, February, March, we have to wait till the new money comes in. So that's when we get our assistance.
Well, but we could go ahead and start working on the actual sinkhole problem, and then when he gets the money, then.
That'll correct the issue that caused it. when we place it.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But y'all got an issue coming from Rock, too.
Yeah.
So your motion is to give him authority to move forward?
On both of
Second.
those. That's
Yeah,
on, that's
I
on.
second
On
that.
You want to put that in two motions?
Well, on Buddy Williams' project and Patsy Daniels' project. So it's two projects there.
Yeah, on both projects we discussed.
Okay.
I got a second.
You got a motion and a second. Yeah, Monica second. She
Yeah,
seconded.
that's what I said, we got a second.
All right, all in favor by aye.
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. So go get him one of those. It's,
I'm fixing to go get it. Anything else?
When y'all talk to Mississippi Power, if you can remember, ask them why their system isn't notifying them when their street
I
lights
talked to a
go
guy
out.
about that last week, and he said they've changed their, basically it sends a report to one person that the light's not working, and that one person has to go through all those reports. And he said what it is they're just not,
Yeah.
they're not going,
Too many of them.
it's one person for a big territory that's going through all those reports, and it's just too many of them.
And when you go up through the intersection, up to 513 intersection, there's a couple more light leading down that hill, when you top that hill on 45, they can look at that also.
Okay. All right, code enforcement, Ms. Teresa's not here. Now, we've kind of suspended the code enforcement. Our attorneys reviewed our procedures and our forms, and they've looked at them, said they're okay, so we're getting ready to start the code enforcement back up this month, and kind of get the ball rolling on that. And I know Ms. Bridget on unfinished, you've got Ms. Bessie Collins, so that'll be getting started back next month, this coming month with us, getting code enforcement back going, that as far as taking the next step on that property, but we'll move to unfinished business. Do you have anything else to add about that, Ms. Bessie Collins' house? Does that answer your question?
Other than, I just want to know know if we had, got in touch with anyone.
Yeah, I don't remember the last step we were at it, on it.
I think we was in the process of getting in touch with.
Yeah. Tammy, do you remember, you were kind of doing all that back?
The last thing I remember was we were supposed to be getting in touch with it, and then that's whenever
We kind of paused everything.
paused everything on.
Well, we'll get it back rolling and, move forward with it and several others that we've got to deal with. So we just wanted the new attorneys to make sure they were good with. The only thing they recommend changing was, when we send out a violation notice, that we explicitly list what the violation is and what action needs to be taken to correct it. So that's what we're going to change on the letters. All right, new business, approval of the regular board meeting minutes for October 21st, 2025.
I sent both of them to Walt.
Paul, you know if Walt's had a chance to look over these?
The minutes.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. All right, on the executive session parts, are we okay having the name of the employees in there?
You are.
Okay.
As long as you don't say what was done, it's
Right,
fine.
right.
In fact, the Ethics Commission is always, at our attorneys' meetings, always telling us to be more specific. For example, like when we say, if we're going to discuss a lawsuit, not just a lawsuit, but one
Okay.
lawsuit.
All right. I just want to,
Okay, now on this one. With that, but this wasn't in the executive session, this was,
Correct. Was it discussed in open meeting, or was it just,
yeah, this was a special call meeting.
what was that? I mean, if it was discussed in
Okay, I just wanted to
Which
make
one's
sure.
special call, 27?
yeah, the 27th is special call.
Okay. And up here, we got regular board meeting, should we change this?
Well, the 21st was a regular meeting, right?
Yes,
And the
21st was a
27th is-
regular.
Well, even here, met in regular
Yeah,
session.
that needs to be changed.
Okay,
That's only one,
I see it.
Good eye, Eagle Eye.
thanks, sir.
He can catch stuff when nobody else can.
I skim over stuff, so need to change, on the 27th,
Yes.
Was the attorney
Or
say the devil's in the details?
well, let's approve the 27th meeting minutes first, and then we'll make that correction. Let's see.
21st.
The 21st meeting first, yeah, minutes first. So I need a motion to approve the October 21st regular board meeting minutes.
So moved.
Motion and a second, all in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it.
What was the correction on?
Now, the 27th, on that first paragraph where it says, met in regular session, that's going to be changed to a special session. On the second line,
Where it says, but it remembered.
So do we table this until the change has been made and then go ahead and approve with the language being changed? Attorney, what's best?
Yes, sir. You approve it subject to those changes.
Okay.
approve it subject to those changes.
Subject to. All right. I make a motion to approve the special call board meeting minutes on October 27th with the language being changed in the first paragraph from regular session to special session.
Got a motion, need a second.
Second.
All in favor by aye?
Uh-huh.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right, item C, we kind of discussed this before. We have two outstanding cap loans. You've got, one of them, if you'll notice, loan number is 50806. Both of these loans were taken out, I think both of them were in 2017, I think, 2018, 2017. They were used for new water meters back then to do the We went from the manual read water meters to the AMR meters that we have now. So this money was used for that purpose. And we have, I'll give you all this. This is a list of our checking accounts. It's got all the accounts, so. But if you'll see there on about the fourth line down, cap loan.
Yeah.
We have $180,000 in that account that's just been sitting there since these cap loans were obtained. And from the best I can figure, it's just money that was left over that wasn't needed. And these cap loans, the money that, whatever the purpose of the money that the money's designated for, that's the only thing it can be used for. So we have $180,000 sitting in the bank. We're charged 2% interest on these loans, so very low interest. So I want the board to consider, in the two cap loans we have outstanding, the balance on one is $137,255. The balance on the 50802 is $244,523. So I think it's a good idea to take that $180,000 that's sitting in the bank that we can't use for anything but meters, and use it to pay back on both of these loans, so it reduces our liability there. Now, to add to that, Mitt Johnson's been talking, we are going to need new meters again in the next year, 2 years. These AMR meters, they have a 10-year lifespan, which we're coming up on that. They have a battery in them that transmits the signal, and they're starting to fail now. I think we have some bad readings come in every now and then. The new meters, the new version, these are radio meters, so they send out a radio signal. The new ones are cellular. They're more accurate, and they're more consistent. So we are going to need new meters going forward here in the future. But if you look down our water and sewer account, we have $700,000 in that account, but as we've discussed before, transfers hadn't been made in a while, so that number is not exactly accurate because some of that money should be in some other accounts. But you have a water meter fund account. We have $177,000 in that account. So whenever we get ready to buy new meters here in the next little while, I think would be the smart thing to do to buy a few at a time. And change them out over the next 2 or 3 years, instead of having to get a loan in 3 or 4 years to buy them all at once. There again, I'm suggesting we pay this money back to the cap loan to get it paid down, and then whenever we get ready to start buying new meters here pretty soon, we'll just buy $100,000 at a time, $100,000 worth at a time or something like that, until we get them all replaced. So I just wanted to give you all this information and for y'all to consider that.
Now, is this the money that we're being paid 3.5% on?
Yeah, so the
We're being
bank
charged to something, so.
the bank pays us 3.1%. I think it's 3.1 or 3.3%. So, but that interest can only be used for the same thing the principal can be used for.
Oh, really? Yeah. So it can't.
It's the same way.
So it's money
it's the same
never
thing with
go
ARPA,
anywhere.
right?
Yeah.
Well, it's the same thing with ARPA.
Yeah.
We get interest off ARPA money or 592 money. We can use that interest, but it can only be used for the same thing that the principal is designated for. So same thing with this cap loan. We can't take that principal, or we can't take that interest and put it in the general fund. We can only use it for water meters.
So they're charging us what?
2% flat, I think is what it
2%
is.
flat, and we get 3 point something.
3.1 or 3.3. So, it's.
On 180, that's.
So you're suggesting what?
I'm suggesting we take that $180,000 that's sitting in that cap loan account, pay it back on these cap loans. We'll pay one off. And that's now the monthly payment on these loans is it's $1,100 and some change for this one, and it's like $2,000 maybe for the other one. And this money, the money that pays these loans comes out of the water fund. So there's nothing that's going to affect the general fund. And I'll be honest, I'm looking more to the future as far as these cap loans go. I have a feeling that we're going to need cap loans to help with the recreation complex. And it would be better to get these cap lawns taken care of before we take out some more for the recreation complex. But it's nothing that needs immediate action. I mean, if y'all want to wait and think about it, we can come back and address it. It's nothing, no emergency situation.
So we have, the total of the two is almost $400,000.
That's right.
So we only have $180,000.
That's right.
So we end up still owing
About
220,000.
I hadn't figured the number yet, for 200 and some change.
So even though we pay the small note off totally, pay down on the big note.
And then you could take that whole, both of those amounts and pay more on the other, what's left and get it
But
paid
my
off
question is
quicker.
going to be, by paying on the big note, that doesn't reduce our monthly payment on that big note.
No, you would need to pay the small one first, pay it off, and whatever's left, put towards the big one.
Yeah,
And
but
then-
that wouldn't change your payment at all.
No,
Okay, so what we could do is take 180 out, pay the small note off totally,
Yes.
and reduce that note, that payment will be gone. Leave the rest in there, we're still getting 1.5% on it above what we're being charged, and pay it as we won't have to pay the same
I
payment
think
anyway.
if we could pay it off, I think it would make sense if we had all the money to pay it off.
Yeah.
But that's borderline, what I was thinking is pay one of them off, then take that money.
And once we-
Contribute to the bigger loan.
Yeah.
And just keep paying.
Start whittling it
Still
down.
gonna take some years.
Yeah.
Once-
Unless you're gonna get some money out of the water.
Well,
and sewer.
so that's what,
Pay it off.
once we make the transfers and get these accounts right, or as right as they can be, we may decide we've got enough money left over in the water and sewer to take that 180 plus that and just pay them both off.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but we've got to make those transfers and get money where it's supposed to be before we make that decision. So like I said, I just wanted to bring this to y'all's attention, like I said, just to kind of be thinking of options. Like I said, my suggestion is still to take the 180 and pay off the small one and then pay the rest on some of the big one. And like I said, I think once we move this money, get our money moved around in these accounts and get them right, we'll have enough money in the water and sewer account to probably pay that 200,000 off possibly and not put us in a bind, you know. And then we would be completely clear of the cap loans. But like I said, if y'all want to take this, think about it, and come back next month, we can table it. I don't
So
have.
probably as every month we make, that's another, what'd you say, $1,400 coming out of the general fund, or whatever the payment is on.
No, none of this
I
payment.
mean, out of our water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this payment, both of these payments come out of your water fund. And so if you paid the small one off, that $1,100, you could just add to the big one.
Puts into,
You know.
I'll make
But
most
I think once we move our money around, we may have enough money in that account to just say, hey, let's pay them both off, you know.
I'll make a motion, we got enough money today to pay the small loan off out of 180,000, which is what, 137 approximately. Pay the small loan off and then retain that remaining balance until we find out.
Okay, so retain what's in the cap loan account, but use the water and sewer account to pay off the 50806 loan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our money in our cap loan, the 180,
Leave
take
it
one,
there.
whatever that is, 130, whatever, what's the exact balance?
It's on the, let's see, right
There again. 137, 255.74.
Where's yours?
74.
That's your,
So we could take that out of the 180, that would leave us approximately 43,000, 42 and some change. And then, once we make our transfers, see where we stand there. And that's eliminating that one payment. The other payment isn't gonna change whether we pay it off today or not. And we still, even though it's just 1%, 1.5% interest, we're still, it's not costing us to leave that money there at the time. So we figure this
so
out.
let me clear, the money to pay this loan off, you want it to come from the water and sewer account or the cap loan?
The cap loan,
Okay.
yeah. Go ahead and take that 137, 255.74 out of the cap loan.
Pay it off, leave the rest in there.
Pay off loan number 50806.
Okay.
And then we'll see after our transfers are made,
See
what we
what
can
we got
do
left.
with the balance.
So that is a motion?
That's a motion.
You got a second? All in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no? Ayes have it. Make a note here. All right. Brings us down to D, the JAG grant. So we've got new JAG grant paperwork this month or last month. The JAG grant's for $5,000. It can be used for any equipment for the police department. Chief Reed has requested that we use it to buy some cameras, some uniforms, that list. Some cameras and uniforms. Didn't you give me the? No, it's not in the packet. Okay, you got some. Yeah, minus sales tax, right. So this is the list of the stuff that they priced out to buy. Some, like I said, cameras, some uniforms, a set of floor mats for a vehicle. They've got sales tax in this, but that'll be taken out. So there'll be a couple $100 left. But he just needs authorization to utilize that JAG grant money to make those purchases.
Yeah, each JAG grant is a $5,000 JAG grant that you get annually.
Yeah.
So the purchase of uniforms and the equipment that we're requesting that we're in need of comes up to around up to $4,900.
Yeah, that was with taxes, so it's really going to be
That's with tax, so it'll be less than
about
that.
47 probably.
That has to be submitted, I think, by December. But the majority of the cost is around $2,600 and something, $2,650 is for uniforms. Requested to have uniforms for full-time and part-time. I'm not a big fan of officers wearing blue jeans with an outer carrier. I want them to be uniformed, to be recognized as police officers with an embroidered badge, no names on their shirts or anything. Once we get those uniforms in where we can provide the pants and the shirt, then I can make a policy that we really need that. One camera for investigations. Right now, our investigations uses cell phones, and cell phones are subject to subpoenas. So I'm not, whether it's city phone or personal phone, I'm just not a big fan of that. I like higher megapixels, so I think there's a image in there of the camera that we're looking to purchase.
And then it was via body worn camera?
Body cameras, yeah, we're getting, I think, 3 additional.
Yeah, I think that's what you said.
$149 a piece, 3 body worn, because we do have departmental policies that body cams will be worn anytime you initiate a stop, get out on a call, whether initiated on your own or whether you respond to a call, body cams ought to be worn.
All right. Need a motion to authorize the police department to make those purchases utilizing the JAG grant.
Motion to approve.
Got a motion by Mr. Brooks
Second.
and a second by Ms. Fuller. All in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right. Next is, we're ready to recommend promoting Officer Edwin Laws to Assistant Chief. He'll be Assistant Chief and Lead Investigator. No pay change, just simply a title change to go along with what we've talked about in the last few months as far as the structure of the police department. Just need approval to make that promotion. Got a motion by Ms. Marshall?
Chief, you satisfied with everything?
Absolutely. He actually just presented 8 cases that will be presented to the December grand jury. That's the first time that I know of.
Yeah, the DAs, I don't think we've had any cases presented in the years.
Last 4 years, there was one, and it never went.
It wasn't, it didn't make it.
And Officer Laws is good with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good deal.
It just allows him to take on more of an administrative role, during the day and in the chief's absence.
We had a motion.
Yeah, Bridget made a
Did we get
motion.
second?
No second. Waiting on a
I'll
second.
second.
Second. By Mr. Neely, all in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right, need authorization, and y'all will have to sign it as well, for this resolution for a Code of Standards of Conduct. This is for the 592 money, I think. Is that 592? It's for a grant, or I can't remember, some money we're getting, but basically it's just a formality for that group, for the grant.
592 money saying that y'all would use it for what we said.
Right.
For what we said we was gonna use it for, not anything.
But just need to approval of the board for us all to agree to this Code of Standards.
Are we gonna have to sign?
Yeah, we'll all have to sign it,
Okay.
but it just needs to be in the minutes that y'all agreed to do it.
Okay, motion to approve.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. So before y'all leave tonight, make sure y'all sign Miss Tammy's copy. I need a motion to spread to the minutes to remove Naomi Shepherd as user for the direct. We still haven't been able to set up direct deposit because of this technicality. Remove her as user for direct deposit and add myself, Miss Tammy, and Miss Kim as the users for the direct deposit. This is with the bank, right?
Yes.
Right. They just needed on the minutes that we're authorized to.
They said they couldn't set it up because the minutes had Naomi there instead of me, so just get the minutes changed and email them to them, so.
So I need a motion to make that change.
So moved.
Got a motion by Mr. Brooks and a second by Ms. Peters. All in favor, by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right, since we're ending the recycling program effective tomorrow, we've got some more surplus equipment we need to include in the sale. It's 2 balers that were used to bale the cardboard and a forklift.
Do we have no use for a forklift?
We got,
We have 2 forklifts. I don't see the reason in keeping 2.
Okay.
We'll keep one. We'll keep the better one and get rid of the other one.
Motion to add it to the surplus list.
motion to surplus those 3 pieces of equipment.
Second.
Seconded, all in favor, by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it. All right, we got some invoices for some tires. I guess these are street related?
Yeah, during the changeover, the swap somehow didn't get paid, and this is for trailer tires for the, limb truck. So I just need motion for you guys to pay it so we can get Lucas Tire their money. They've got it, it's just old invoices. All that.
Motion to pay 2 invoices to Lucas Tire in the amount of $288.70 and $272.56.
All right, we got a motion to pay the 2 invoices for the amounts of $288.70 and $272.56. I need a second. And a second. All in favor, by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it.
Jonathan, I know when we make these purchases, we spreading the love around good, or we include A&M in some of our tire purchases.
When they're competitive.
But you are checking with them? Okay.
All right, next thing is, we need to approve this official, ordinance amendment for our meeting change. We've got to approve this, and then we have to run it in the paper 3 weeks, and then lay over 30 days before it takes effect. So that'll make our first meeting at the new time, the last meeting in January. But just need a motion to approve this ordinance, so we can get through that process.
I would point out that apparently when Walt prepared this, 17 got stuck in his head because at the bottom of the first page it says passed by because January 17 is in the first paragraph.
Right.
He's got 17 in November when it was approved, that needs to be the 18th, and also on the clerk's certificate he's got 17 also, that needs to be 18.
It's also got 2025, where it should be 26.
No, it goes into effect when it goes
That's
into
a good
effect.
point, but I'll have Walt make these changes
On
soon.
January the 17th.
Yeah, that'd be 26.
So with the changes of the date passed to the 18th and the date effective of 2026, need a motion to approve this.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor, by aye.
Secretary's
All opposed,
Aye.
no. Ayes have it.
Somebody said it must have been the secretary's fault. I don't know who's. I didn't say that.
I didn't do that one. No, I know, but I was feeling it over here.
I wasn't gonna say it.
I know,
All
but I
right.
can see it.
So for the monthly revenue and expenditure report, we didn't fool with that because we're still stuck on July because we still haven't got she's missing two things for getting July statements reconciled. So until we do that, we can't print an updated revenue and expenditure report.
How close are we being called up?
I called Naomi, text Naomi, she texted me back, said that, she could let me know when she could come and help, but she's got two new jobs that she's trying to pick which one she's wanting, so she don't know when she'll be able to do it, but I talked to Miss Gail at BBI. I go December the 9th to BBI, and she told me well, matter of fact, I've already emailed her the bank statements that I'm having trouble with, and so they can go on and look through them and see what they can do. So whenever I go up there, then they can tell me what I need to do.
So we're hoping Naomi comes and tries to help her figure it out. And if not, if that doesn't work out, then BBI hopefully can help her find these two deposits.
If we get Naomi, are we gonna have to pay her?
Well, that I don't know, she didn't
Yeah, we didn't
say.
discuss paying. We didn't discuss that. All right, that brings us down to executive session for personnel issues, matters.
No, that's whatever I do.
So need a motion to go into closed session to determine the need for executive session.
Motion to go into closed session?
Got a motion
Second.
and a second. All in favor by aye?
Aye.
All opposed, no. Ayes have it.
Blame what, just right. I think after a year or two, we'll get it broke in.
Well, I got the heavy duty cushions now, 'cause I didn't want to use now to sit down on spring.
Contour to a certain posterior.
They're contour to the butt.
Now, these all,
Well, I was turning them off. They got the lights off, they're off. The lights. They were selling, I think they'll automatically cut themselves off. Paul sitting around talking about all night.
you got all that there. Now, this is broadcast to what, Facebook or?
YouTube, I'm gonna share it. If we got it good tonight, I'm gonna share the link to it. But it's on, if you go to YouTube and just search city equipment.
Let's pull this table out.
Oh, yeah. I know something I did see on YouTube, Bridget.
Huh?
I know what I did see on YouTube.
Football.
No, the monkey, we're on 59, that's on YouTube.
Oh, is
Yeah,
it?
you can see that.
The monkeys.
Yeah, all the sheriff's deputies out there shooting monkeys. One of them shoot 5 times.
Scotty Ray was broadcasting, you saw a guy walk up with an M4.
Yeah, oh, they had.
Scotty said, all right, we gotta cut back. He can tell that guy this is gonna town.
One of them standing there, he had his gun. Oh, damn. What is it? I'm in fire range. He got the slap.
Yeah, we got a part-time officer that's a game warden, Mason.
Oh, really?
Mason, what's his Mason's last name? Anyway, he went down there to it. And
Well, they had, a game warden came out with a shotgun.
there were several game wardens down
Okay,
there. He was one of them, and he's got video and stuff of him sitting up on the cages, looking
Yeah,
down and
yeah,
stuff, doing all that stuff. And he's like, man, them things, they can take a hit. He said, we were shooting them.
That's what they said.
He said, we were shooting them with 5.56s, and they was looking at it.
Yeah.
You know, he said, we had to break out the shotgun.
But look at that on YouTube. It's entertaining. I thought you were gone.
No, I had to bring this back to Miss Joyce, I've done that before.
Good night. You said Miss Joyce got home to you?
Oh,
It seems like she'll tell you like it is.
yes,
So
sir.
how long has she been in that position?
Well, she worked in Stonewall for
8
several years, and then here, so.
Yeah, she